Hi Trophies, welcome to another Health Bounds Q&A with Trophy Sally. I'm here to answer your rebounding questions. Today's questions are very important. Question 1 being, can you rebound with degenerative disc disease? And question 2 is, does rebounding help with osteopenia or osteoporosis? So let's go ahead and do some squat walking while we're here on our rebounders together, because we have this nice flexible resistance mat surface underneath our feet. So we're just gonna walk back and forth. We're gonna hold our handlebar. We're gonna stand tall, mouth closed, eyes relaxed, and let's go ahead and get into these questions. Question 1, can you rebound with degenerative disc disease? So degenerative disc disease is a condition where the spinal discs wear down and it causes pain and it reduces mobility. Our main focus should be slowing down this degeneration. Rebounding gives us the opportunity to safely and effectively slow down degeneration the fastest and most effectively, because we can increase circulation for healing, we can increase muscle strength for support, and we can reduce pressure through posture practice, which we find comes from the handlebar. And we can do all three of these things all at the same time. And so you can absolutely rebound. You just have to make sure that you find the right rebounder for you. It comes with a handlebar, and then you ease into baby bouncing. You ease into your rebounding journey. And the way that we recommend that you do that is by following our beginner's guide that's on our website, IJUMPINSTEAD.com. It actually came from this book here, Looking Good and Feeling Great. If you can find this book on Amazon, I recommend buying it. It's a wonderful book. And also you can follow our gentle beginner workouts on our YouTube channel here, IJUMPINSTEAD. They are a little bit longer, and so I recommend that you start with the beginner's guide first and ease your way in. Those beginner workouts though are wonderful and gentle so that you can be in motion and be slowing down the degeneration of your disc condition. Reduce the pain if you have pain in your back and get your mobility back, because that's the ultimate goal. Who is noticing that just by walking back and forth here, we are getting sore in the legs? If you aren't, I want you lower and I want you walking faster. I am finding a lot of muscle activation by just leaning side to side. Some of you are probably looking at me like, she isn't even working out, she isn't doing anything. Oh yes, I am. I feel this in my knees, I feel this in my ankles, I feel this in my quads, I feel this in my glutes, my hips, my core. I feel this everywhere. You can be walking slower and faster if you need to. Maybe this is because I'm on this very powerful Cellerciser rebounder here. This rebounder is a beast. A little bit goes a long way. So question 2, does rebounding help with osteopenia or osteoporosis? A wonderful question, a question we get all the time. Bone density loss, a very important topic. And I got a very juicy answer too, because I have heard different things coming from different people about increasing bone density and movement needing to be higher impact. And I've got some things to say about that, because we got to make sure that we are focused on the right thing when it comes to maintaining the bone density that we have and reducing the risk of injury or falling, because that could potentially set us all the way back. And high impact activity is risky. So let's go ahead and get into the answer to this question. So this is what I have written down. What slows, manages, and sometimes reverses osteopenia and osteoporosis is weight bearing and resistance exercises, along with diet and lifestyle, okay? But we're not gonna talk about diet and lifestyle. We're just gonna talk about weight bearing and resistance exercises, okay? So rebounding is a gentle form of weight bearing and resistance training. And it also improves our balance, our coordination, and reduces fall risk, which is critical for osteoporosis. And I really loved understanding this when I was researching this and really embodying the answer to this, because I also too sometimes get caught up in, if we're having bone density loss, that we need to rebuild. We need to be going after high impact movement that's going to rebuild. And what I realized when we stay focused only on rebuilding our bone mineral density is that we're not also focusing on very important aspects of staying strong and healthy into our latest years, which is having good balance, having good coordination, and reducing fall risk. We want to feel confident in our balance, in our coordination. We want to feel confident that we're not going to fall. And rebounding does that. Rebounding digs right in and gives you balance, strength, confidence, and coordination to the max. That is what rebounding is known for. And it also is a gentle form of weight bearing and resistance training. So we are getting the check marks for the weight bearing, we're getting the check marks for the resistance training, we're getting the check mark for the balance, the coordination, and the reduced fall risk, all in one machine here. And I love that because we can incorporate higher impact activities into our lives if we choose to, but it would be ideal to have rebounding along for the ride. And if we want to reduce our risk of injury from high impact activity, because high impact activity can absolutely cause injury, then we might just stick with rebounding only. And if we keep bouncing, then we're gonna stay strong for the long haul. I think that rebounding is the answer for everyone. And one last thing I want to say is you want to do what you can do indefinitely, what you can do for the long haul. And so I highly recommend that you focus on doing what you can do forever rather than doing a bunch of high impact activity which will eventually end. Because think about your oldest parent, or think about the person in your life that's the oldest. Do you see them doing high impact activity? Likely not, right? Why is that? Because it's not safe for them to do that anymore, and they likely don't have the energy to do that, right? But what could they potentially do? Absolutely. What I want is for you to stay safe, strong, healthy, and happy, and upright by choosing to jump instead of high impact training and to see yourself never stopping. Don't ever stop. Jump until you're 125 years old, if you can live that long. Maybe we don't want to live that long, but jump forever. And it comes back to the importance of being on a rebounder that feels the best for you. Don't hesitate to buy a new rebounder if the one that you're bouncing on doesn't feel like butter. Buy one that feels like butter. We recommend the Cellerciser rebounder. We recommend the JumpSport 350 Pro. The Cellerciser rebounder though, it's like a shoe. Once you mold into it, it feels like a Birkenstock. It feels like a cushioned running shoe that you feel like you can run for miles in. This rebounder is so gentle and so giving. And then you start feeling the Cadillac of all rebounders responding in your body with maximum strength, maximum balance, maximum coordination, maximum lymphatic health, maximum muscle strength, maximum joy, maximum flexibility, maximum life. All from the Cellerciser. The JumpSport 350 Pro is a great rebounder as well. You just have to ease into it, like I was mentioning at the beginning of my video. Ease into your rebounding journey with our beginner's guide. Buy this book here, Looking Good, Feeling Great, so you can read what it says in this book about easing in and then by maintaining your health and strength in your journey. You can learn from our channel and our Q&A playlist. You can follow our beginner workouts, and you can also just go rogue and just explore and watch TV and listen to music and look out the window and just bounce and let your body move and know that you're maximizing your circulation, you're maximizing your muscle strength, you're maximizing your balance, your coordination, your lymphatic health, your muscle strength, your alignment in your body, your posture, your poise, and you are maximizing your life, your health, your longevity by jumping instead. Thank you so much for being here, Trophies. Give the video a like if you learned something, and comment below a question for me if you have a question for me that I can answer in my next Q&A. Take care, lots of love. Mwah. Bye for now.